Hey, everybody, get on out of that quad. Come on, the lecture hall doors are open now. Climb on in here. Class is about to begin. Days of our lives. Days for Dummies. This week, September, uh,
24th?
well, today's the 24th. When did the week start?
18th.
18th. September 18th, 2023. My goodness. The fall season, the fall semester is beginning here at Salem University.
Yes.
And there's so much to learn about.
And so much to discuss.
And so much to discuss and so much to catch up on, too, because we have been without the professor the last 2 weeks.
Well, she's back now.
For sure. Welcome back. Happy to see you. Happy to have you. Hey, Kaiwan. Susan's here. Kaiwan's here. I'm here. I'm Matt. Hey. Hey, who else is here? Is Kat here? Kat?
Present.
Present. All right, great. And Professor Angela, is she back today?
I am back from sabbatical.
Hey. I did see, Kaiwan, that you followed us on Twitter. Thank you very much for doing that. If you haven't yet, do so as well. Reach out to us on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. Follow the Twitter feed, the X feed, whatever it is you want to call it. Get in the conversation. Have some positivity. Read some interesting reaction to negativity. Just get out there and have a good time.
Kaiwan, did you already subscribe here on YouTube as well?
Oh, I believe so. And if you haven't, Kaiwan, just click that button now. Hey, Jakarius is here. T.A. Jakarius. We have an entry question for everybody who's climbing into class. And we'll get to the results of that toward the end. Big question is, for everybody coming in, who were you more thrilled to see together? Were you happy to see Johnny and Chanel last week? Or how excited were you about the potential of Alex and Theresa moving forward?
Ooh, that Theresa, she's something, isn't she?
Oh, she is.
Oh my gosh.
So I
Theresa is a troublemaker.
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect this character. I don't know. From that little interview that I covered from Jen Lilly talking about her journey on Days, where she's coming in, playing the character for 2 weeks of filming, and then hopping off, scampering into tomorrow, back to her original career over in Great American Family.
Yes.
Or her current career, her original career was Days.
Yes.
But I don't know, just the way that she was talking about Days of Our Lives, I didn't get the same sense that she was going to come in and be such a troublemaker.
Yes. The actress is not at all like her character. At all, in any way, shape, or form.
So
she is in real life, she's very, very religious.
Really?
Very. Yes.
Oh, I wonder how she feels about doing,
She has spoken on it extensively. I'll send you some things that she said.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
Yes.
And well, then I guess they don't care because they just threw Theresa back in the same scandalous vixen-like story.
Teresa's gonna Theresa.
She's always gonna Theresa.
I tell you, she a bit of a hoe bag.
Yes, and always has been.
Oh, goodness. So, I mean, what I didn't know before this week was that she and Brady have a baby.
Yes, Tate.
Yeah.
You thought Rachel was Brady's only one?
I never thought about it, honestly.
Yep. Nope. Tate and I think we're going to be seeing Tate soon.
So is
a sore-ass Tate.
Yeah, you think he got the sores? You think he's in high school or something now?
Yes. Well, we know he's in high school because he was just expelled from high school.
Oh, well, I said so specifically because I looked it up. I looked up a little picture of tiny little Tate, and he's just this, cookie cutter, generic, blonde, bowl cut little boy.
They're aging him and Holly.
I don't know.
I actually saw a picture of he and Holly, and they are teenagers.
Yep.
Who's Holly?
I saw a picture of them.
Oh my gosh.
That was a behind-the-scenes pic from a video because the studio got them an ice cream truck to celebrate their 1 year at Peacock. And they were in the background of Atch and Kayla's a little video that they did.
Okay. So Days of Our Lives doesn't care about spoilers. Just like, put it out.
They do, but it just happens anyway.
It's 6-month-old news for us.
Yeah.
I would think that it would be kind of hard not to being so far ahead. I mean, how would you keep everything a secret doing this so far ahead?
It would be really
It's gonna-
challenging
it's
for all
gonna
of these
leak
people to
somehow.
truly keep their mouths shut for 6 whole months before something hits air.
Yes.
You'd have to be a 40-year soap veteran in order to make that happen.
Yeah.
And by that time, do you even care anymore? Like, I've been doing it for 40 years. I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jen Lily has 4 kids. 2 of them are adopted, according to Jeannie. So, well, there you go. Look at her. Just adopting kids. I guess if you don't want yours, Jen Lily will take her.
Oh,
Keep your
gosh,
children,
Matt.
folks. Keep your children. I mean, unless you can't. I don't know.
Oh,
Make the best
goodness.
choice for you. Hey, hey, so what Angela hasn't had a chance to do over the last couple of weeks is speak publicly about Ava and Harris. So if you want to just take the next 20 minutes, it's yours. Lecture away.
I cannot begin to tell you how much I love Ava and Harris. You have no idea how much I love this pairing, and I love that they're doing a slow build with them. I've seen some spoiler pictures for the next few weeks that I'm very excited about that I'm not going to spoil, but I absolutely love. And I mean, Burton and Braun had chemistry
Mhm.
on GH. She was with Sunny the whole time, but they had the scenes in the hotel fire where, they talked about their feelings and he admitted that he loved her, but there was always something in the way for them. And then they thought they were going to die. So they had the last kiss and, so that was, I knew they had chemistry, but Ava and Harris, I just absolutely love them. I do. Love the hand holding thing as they're going to sleep. And
That was on Friday, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Friday. It was earlier in the week because I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, that was the end of the they were little
Yeah.
holding each other's hand while he's trying to sleep in the uncomfortable chair and she's got the cozy bed.
She offered.
Yeah, she did.
She offered.
He's too much of a gentleman to accept.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, so and they have some fun stuff coming up this week. They're getting closer to finding Susan. They're going to be finding Edmund.
Edmund Gray from All My Children?
No.
Oh.
Edmund was, back in the day, the man Susan was involved with.
I wrote about him.
Yes, you did. So he's popping back up. And Ava and Harris are going over there, and they have an interesting encounter with him. Apparently, this story was this Edmund and Susan story was full of just warm hearts. Yes. It wasn't like some sort of, I don't know, bad thing, but a good thing. Yeah. Like it was happy. Like they came together, and it was like good, deep, true love, and so Susan, got somebody that really appreciated her in the end. It seemed. Yes, but alas, they could not last. But then she wasn't off the road, and now she was dead, but now she's not. And really, this whole like psychic connection to Susan is the only thing that separates this story from being a Jason and Carly story. Because otherwise, like if they were running away just because she killed somebody or something, it would just be General Hospital. But the fact that she's like, oh, the dark smokestacks. Oh, Yeah, it is. It's really, yeah. But of course, I'm here for anything Jason and Carly. That's or Ava and Harris.
I wonder if Steve Burton's going to be at Days for Days.
I don't know. I'm not sure because I'm pretty sure he's done filming. My personal opinion, I'm pretty sure he's done filming, but we'll see.
Perhaps maybe he won't be because he technically doesn't work there any longer. Right. I see.
That would make sense because it's not like the GH convention, because this thing is done by Peacock and Days and all that kind of stuff. GH convention is done by a separate entity, so they can reach out to Will DeVry, who hadn't been on the show for 2 years, and be like, yeah, come on, you're GH connected. Right. Yeah, Day of Days is definitely it's a company thing. So, and it's going to be really fun, I think. Yes. We're all looking forward to it. Yes.
Right, it's outside, huh?
Yep.
You gotta do all the hard work for me and reach out to them and find out what all the press rules are.
We are eagerly awaiting. I've emailed them like 9 times, and they're like, "We're getting there. We're getting there."
We're working on the PDF.
Okay.
Relax.
Yeah. Their PR situation is still.
Yeah.
It's actually less than a month away now.
I know.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go though, and it's gonna be super fun, and we're gonna bring to you whatever we can.
Yes. It's going to be a blast.
That's what I promise.
We're all very excited. Soap opera news will be well represented.
Yes, and this channel and soap and her and me and you.
Yeah.
You folks out there.
You, other students here.
Yes.
In class for Days for Dummies. All right, Avon Harris. All right, so Big Smoke.
We're all very excited. Soap opera news will be well represented.
What was that?
Just another plug for Soap Opera News. If you haven't been there, soapoperanews.net. Check it out.
Yes.
Anyway, so Avon Harris, they're in London. They say it's not like we've seen them in London. We've seen them in a hotel room, and they're like, "Oh wow, this is London, huh?"
Yes. Yeah. And it's a regular hotel room. Just the bathroom is always in the same place. They just move the bed and the wallpaper and the such. Yeah.
But hey, as long as they're not reusing somebody's bedroom set, I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be
I'm sure they've done that.
I see what you did there, Matt.
There was a little meltdown on Twitter. Anna fans were unhappy that her bedroom set was reused as a guest room in Nina's house or something like that.
Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah, they had a meltdown. A meltdown.
Well, it was a slow meltdown day. They had
exactly. They had to dig for something to be pissed about.
I like using the word meltdown for it now because anytime I think of anybody under the age of 4 just standing in the middle of the room screaming, that to me is just an epic meltdown. And the comparison is there for me sometimes. I'm not saying everybody, if you feel as though I'm talking about you, I'm sorry, because I probably am, since you feel like I am. But if you don't feel like I'm talking about you, you're doing it good.
Yeah. If the shoe fits, Cinderella.
Oh, goodness. Luckily, I still have avoided the majority of the days complaining. Mm-hmm. The one that poked through is something that I'm not sure they've even talked about really in any seriousness on the show yet.
What?
Unless I missed it, which is the Alex's true daddy.
Yes, it was in this week's Soap Opera Digest. It's all being revealed this week, and people are melting down. I know that a lot of people wanted it to be Xander because we've been pretty sure this was coming. We just didn't know who it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Alex. I'm not sure that it's going to be, in the end, turn out to actually be Alex because they left it kind of open for Theresa
So
malarkey.
We're talking about Victor's secret child.
Yes.
Yes.
I was lost. I wasn't sure what you guys are talking about.
Sorry. Yeah. So they are revealing that Alex is not actually Justin's son. He is actually Victor's son. I think Alex makes more sense than Xander because Victor's not on screen. Angelica's not on screen. We don't even know who Xander's parents are. And Justin's there. So it gives a story for Justin.
Because now he loses his kid.
Right. His son not being his son,
So it would be his brother instead?
Cousin. Victor was Alex's uncle. Or Justin's uncle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, back in the day,
Swally Kurth can only play anybody's cousin.
Alex was conceived in an affair. Justin had slept with this woman and she got pregnant. Now, Victor tried to get the woman to marry him and let him raise the baby as his. So Victor was involved in this story. And a lot of fans are saying, well, if Victor thought that Alex could be his, he would have, definitely da-da-da-da-da-da. This is a soap opera. This is a soap opera.
Always very important to remember.
They have had devil possessions multiple. They had, brain chips that turned you into somebody else.
Eyeballs that turned you into other people as well.
They had masks that not only make you look like somebody, but give you their height and body type and everything else.
Phase-on quality.
Miraculous.
Phase-on quality costumes.
No one stays dead, even if you
Certainly.
see them die on screen. And
they could be put through a wood chipper, and there's going to be a brilliant doctor putting them back together.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, anytime I hear a fan of a soap opera say, "There's no way," my instant reaction is laughing. It just is, because it's a soap opera. There is always a way. There's always a way.
You can just play out with ridiculousness, right?
Here's the way. Here's an easy way. Victor didn't really know. Victor was keeping him secret because there was an enemy out there. Victor was tired of having children, and he was just done with it. And so he's like, "Here you go, Justin. I like you better." There's any number of different reasons. I don't want to split my money. I don't actually like this kid. I picked this kid up once, and I'm like, "Ugh," and I put him down and never wanted to do it again.
Victor didn't want Justin with Adrian. So it's possible that, he let Justin think Alex was his to try to come between him and Adrian.
Maybe he bumped his head real good and forgot.
Right. The whole "it couldn't happen" is just silly.
We should come up with more reasons why Victor didn't say anything.
He wanted a girl.
He wanted a girl. He was waiting for this moment. He thought, "I need one great death revelation." Something for everybody to remember me by.
Yes. He didn't want anybody to know he had slept with Angelica.
So Alex is really
Victor's.
Well, according to Soap Opera Digest, at least.
Yes, and the promo.
They've been on tear for accuracy lately.
But it's also in the promo and stuff. However, with Shane giving Theresa the briefcase and her getting into it, they have left the door open for down the road them to say she did something.
Yes.
And it actually be Xander or somebody else. But I don't know. That's just my thought, that they might go that way, but we'll see.
Well, they've at least given them the opportunity.
Right. The groundwork for it to happen.
They're either like, all right, so this is just an opportunity to have a Theresa and Shane scene, or she did something. What do you think about that, Mama? What do you think about James Bond, Victor Cassadine, rather than Bond villain?
He was so terribly nice, wasn't he?
Wasn't he?
He is. He's the head of the ISA. Shane's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's the Frisco.
Yep.
Yeah. I liked him because I just like him on my screen so much as Uncle Victor. So it was nice to see. Even it's a little weird though, a little off-putting that he was so nice and such a nice man, has such a terrible daughter.
It's so interesting to me.
Well, his other daughter was a teenage prostitute, so.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's got,
And so Matt was telling me.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, she got to go somewhere, but that's okay.
Okay.
Oh no, what do we do? She's gone. Hey, David.
We have a couple more questions for her. She better hurry and come back.
She'll be back. Don't worry about it. Jacarius is here. Susan's here. What else we got? Here, but not for all the show. Sitting on almost 6-year-old for a friend at 10, says Jeannie. All right, whatever. It's fine. You guys have a great time doing that. That was so abrupt. I don't know what to say. So Days of Our Lives was on. Welcome to the podcast. What do you want to talk about? Ma, so Vivian's still crazy, isn't she? But then they found the will, didn't they? They're like, ooh, look, the will. And then Maggie was like...
Yeah. They found the will in the briefcase.
Yes. So...
But I also wonder, though, no, Theresa really didn't have too much opportunity to do anything to the will.
Unless she just happened to have another one in her back pocket.
Yeah.
David
So
says there's a good chance that Theresa messed with the will. I mean, I don't know. So it is Days of Our Lives, and when it comes to being the most removed from reality, this seems to be one of the most. So, since she
I
had the case, there was ample opportunity. Like, do you remember when Sloane changed the DNA results or whatever in the hospital?
yeah,
She just happened to have that document with her. She's like, ooh, just in case. Just in case
yeah.
he's...
It seemed like with Sloan, she just tore the second page off
Right, or I don't know exactly what it was.
because the second page is what was on
Oh, well,
the.
then maybe I
I think it was like
misinterpreted the
she
whole
just like
situation.
she just took the second page and threw it away.
Man, we really haven't seen much of her since she had that miscarriage, huh?
No, they haven't. It's Days of Our Lives does that, like where they'll have a whole week where those characters just won't be
Mm-hmm.
on, and then they'll revisit them. But at the same time, the pacing is so fast.
Yeah, so it's
The
like when they
pacing on
are
Days of Our
on,
Lives is so fast.
when they are on, it's because their story is progressing. When they're not on, it's because it's not time to tell their bit of the story.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like Mayor
Exactly.
Paulina Price, she ain't up to much.
No,
It's been like 2
no,
weeks.
she probably show up next week or the week after that.
going nuts, running around.
No, this past week her daughter was on.
Yeah,
She
her daughter.
wasn't. Chanel was on quite a bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, she she and Johnny winning the poll right now. Johnny and Chanel 89% of the win currently. When it comes to who
Boy,
you're more thrilled to see.
she dropped poor Talia like a bad habit. Like, dude, done with you.
It's like it's like the Talia's contract ended or something. It's like the show was like do next story. We're not going to resign you. Or she's like, I don't want to come back. And so they're like, okay, well, this thing that we were warming up for you, Talia, you can leave. You're gonna bone Sean and just run out of town in embarrassment. We're done with your character. We'll pick up Johnny and Chanel, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Chanel went from I'm really liking Talia, I'm invested in Talia, I'm ready to I've forgiven her and ready to have a real relationship with her. And as soon as Johnny said, "Hey, Hank," she was done with Talia. She dropped her like a bad habit.
Right through the barbershop window.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was quick.
Yes, she did.
That was a good wrestling
So
reference.
yeah, I think Talia is soon to leave the show. She made a dreadful mistake with Sean. Maybe she and Belle will just skip out of town together, arm in arm. Who knows?
Well, Talia's gonna be, she's gonna go into CVS to grab her monthly supplies and then realize she doesn't need them, and then go, I gotta go. I can't.
And she just got her job back. Was she gonna quit or what? Get transferred? Who knows, huh?
Yeah.
She's just gonna be gone. What they should do? This is what they should do, because it's always good soap story. Is somebody walks into that bedroom upstairs, and she's dead with a knife in her back, and we don't know who did it. And we find out that Sean did it in a drunken rage.
Yeah, no.
Why not?
We can't have Sean kill somebody in a drunken rage.
Yeah, we can. Is this a soap or not?
It is a soap opera. And you're right. That is true. That is true. But what it would turn out to be is Sean thought he did it in a drunken rage.
Right.
But it was Dimitri in a Sean mask.
Right. We gotta do
That's more Day's style, huh?
Oh, by the way, Dimitri. Okay, I have to appreciate Dimitri this week, because he was going through his stuff, and then he's like, well, we have to kill them.
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah, Leo's like, what? He's like, you forget who I am?
Yeah. So when I blew into town, I originally was trying to kill a bunch of people. This is kind of a sidestep away from my murderous ways. This thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
So we'll just kill them. It's a simple solution to a simple problem, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did you think, Angela? What did you think of the fact that Winnie's nude for a good portion of the time?
I'm happy. I wish she had known longer, because that's Gwen. Gwen is smart. Gwen is a schemer.
Mm-hmm.
So her getting hoodwinked in that way when it was so obvious.
Yeah, she didn't figure it out until they were in Greenland.
Until she saw them. Literally saw. Yeah. But I'm glad she knew. I'm looking forward to the hijinks with her and Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get like the Benny Hill theme song at some point.
And didn't Matthew was saying that isn't the actress that plays Gwen is going to be Theresa.
Yes.
I mean, that's
So
that's
does
the
that mean that she's
speculation.
going to play two characters at the same time, or is Gwen going to hit the road?
Gwen is hitting the road.
Okay.
For right now?
But I don't know if she's hitting the road forever or just for a few weeks while Emily O'Brien's playing Theresa.
So as revealed on soapoperanews.net when we covered the Jen Lilly interview, Jen Lilly, Miss Lilly herself, the wonderful actress, near and dear to our hearts, who works for Candace Cameron Bure. She said, they're like, oh yeah, we'd love to have you back. We got 12 weeks of story for you, and she's like, I can do 2.
Yeah.
So if Gwen is gonna be playing Theresa, I guess it would only be for 10 weeks.
So I can only guess then that the actress, Gwen's accent is not real.
No, Gwen's accent is real.
Oh,
However, she knows how to not do one as well.
okay. So she will be okay. So
Yeah.
all right.
A lot of British actors and actresses are much better with accents than our actors and actresses are. They're trained more with it. And she was on Young and the Restless and didn't have the accent.
Do you know
use her.
the reason why English people are better at accents than Americans?
Why?
Because Americans are such ingrained a-holes that it's very difficult for us to get out of mocking accents when trying to do a genuine one.
True. That's
like that's
I
a
can see
legitimate
that.
real study done by people who understand things much better than me. But that's another contribution as to why it always sounds like this, and not anything actually genuine, because we cannot not be a-holes about things.
Yeah. We just over-exaggerate everything?
Yeah.
Make it an impersonation instead of a
genuine affectation.
Okay. Makes sense.
I don't know. That was an interesting little societal anecdote I picked up.
So we had... Professor, we had so many questions the last 2 weeks about that Vivian Alamain.
Isn't she delicious?
She is so scandalous and so rotten.
So bad, but
she's so bad. You know what my favorite thing is? My favorite scene so far with Alamain has been when she's with Philip. Philip just tells her off. Every single sentence, he just rips her down like, I don't love you. You're an incubator. He just, oh my gosh. You are not my mother. Stop. Oh,
funny.
Oh, but we should be working together.
Yes. I love her stuff with Philip, but I also have loved her with Maggie and Julie.
Yeah.
That's been a lot of fun. All of them, together with that.
I want to see Julie beat her up. I want to see Julie just like tackled her to the ground and just...
Yeah. I think the closest you're getting to that is when she physically threw her out on Friday.
And then I want Dick Van Dyke to show up and just jump off the top of a grandfather clock with a big Macho Man elbow. He could do it still.
Well, she is a lot of fun, and she cracked me up when she was doing it. And she's just going down the line of, you're my first pick for my right-hand man. Yes. You're my first pick for your right. But, oh, my gosh, going down the line. Nobody wants it. And then she's just so out there. Yeah, we're just going to run some illegal drugs. That
was so hysterical when Chad's just standing there horrified. And she's just like, what? Like,
are we running a business or not?
It was so funny. She's just so... Louise Sorel is just... I just love her.
So is she a witch? She's a witch, right? She's a witch. Like, she does spells. She's got a cauldron. She's a witch.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
She has to have a... look at her.
She seems to me like she's going to be a short term. Isn't she going to be hitting the road?
Yeah, I'm not sure how long she's around, but we'll see.
She's a lot of fun.
Oh, she's so much fun.
When it's time for her to go, somebody will go upstairs to find her in a room, and she'll be dead in a bed with the knife in her back, and it's going to be like, who did it? Who did it?
You just really want somebody dead with a knife in their back.
I just need them to do a Kiki Jerome. That's all. I need somebody to get kikied.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Well,
it's
she
callback
she
humor.
had
Come on, callback humor.
I see.
I'm the jokester. You guys are the serious ones. You know, I'm the color
Yes,
commentary.
we
You're the play-by-play. I enjoyed where Julie just rolled the suitcase over Vivian's foot.
Yeah.
There's nothing like soap
well,
violence, really.
nobody in Salem has an ounce of love for Vivian.
No.
Nobody.
Vivian's got it.
Well, that's not true. John loves her.
John loves her.
She's his aunt. And it's not like, they had I loved their scenes in the pub. But she was like, "You didn't come visit me." He's like, "Yeah, I know. I didn't want to." But he does love Vivian, and he has a soft spot for her. So, and they've had some close moments over the years.
I just love John Black so much.
Well, how
still.
long has it been since she was actually married to Victor? It's been like years and years.
A long, long time. Yeah. When was their last?
I'm just so sad that I didn't watch Days of Our Lives before to watch John Black and love him for a longer part of my life, you know?
Well, John Black has grown on me. I don't think he's so ridiculous now. In the first few episodes I saw.
Can you imagine what our lives would have been like if we watched Days when I was a little kid? I would have taken John Black like crazy. I would have posters of him today if I saw John Black as a child. I would have magazines.
Her last marriage to Victor was 2010 to 2011.
There you go.
Oh, so it's been 12 years. And she'd been married to him more than once?
Twice.
Oh,
yes.
But they don't really have a child together, right?
No, I don't think that no, because she carried Philip.
Mm-hmm.
But Philip was actually
Kate's.
Yes.
Oh, not my real mother. You're just an incubator. Oh, goodness. I expected that guy to have an accent, and he doesn't. I don't know. There's just something about Philip that's just weird for me right now. I'll be fine. I'll catch up. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know what it is? There's just so many like old faces coming through, and I know this is normal for Days of Our Lives. But I do feel a little lost in the story that's being told a little bit. When it comes to this Victor and the briefcase and Theresa and Shane and all of that and just Vivian and the company and the will and Alex is really not Justin's and just what's an avalanche of stuff that is popping off from things that were established way before I started watching.
Well, honestly, a lot of this is new.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Vivian and Victor were married isn't new.
Well, no, but like all of this stuff is happening because of all of that stuff from before.
Right.
I'm not armed with the knowledge of their previous marriages and why Julie hates her in this fashion, other than clearly they don't get along and never have.
Yeah. Yeah. Vivian's a bad guy. She's,
Sure is. And their first few scenes cracked me up because she was so character to me, with the headdress and this black sparkly, and she was looked like she was wearing a costume almost to me.
Yeah, she's very diva-ish.
Mm-hmm.
She's the diva Helena.
Yeah, I was about to say she's
She does remind me of Helena, actually.
Yes. So, absolutely.
I don't know. But, I guess she'll be shown the curb once they're like, oh, look, we found the real will. But then again, they didn't even read the will, though. So they're all excited. And they're like, look at the date. That means the new one could be like, I reinforced my previous will and just reinstate it here. I'm just re-signing it because I want Alex to have a cut.
Right.
So Alex's paternity is going to be revealed from the briefcase.
Yes.
Okay.
These letters.
Well, maybe there's going to be some other revelations in there too.
His dad is really Constantine. We're going to find out. It's not Justin. It's not Victor. It's Constantine. Constantine is actually a bitter rival of Victor's and hated him the whole time. He pulled the wire from the airplane that made it crash over the Mediterranean.
Oh my gosh.
And then they found
it. Didn't they say
he found Victor in bed with a knife in his back, packed him into a plane, and then crashed it.
Goodness. So, didn't the plane land in water, you guys? Didn't it crash in water?
Yes.
Yes, the Mediterranean, they said.
Yeah.
And
So it's just one of those days of our lives miracle that the contents of that briefcase
Mhm.
did not get waterlogged.
oh, it was a
Yes.
watertight briefcase. Clear. They just
Yeah.
wiped some muck off of it. Did they find
You know,
the
they
black
really
box
should
yet?
have done. I was gonna say they really should have done product placement there.
Samsonite.
Yeah.
Watertight Samsonite.
Right. Yeah.
Watertight Samsonite. What's her last name? Samsonite. Okay. So did they find the black box? Because it's crazy how they found a briefcase but not a black box.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they knew where he was traveling, though. You know,
But with the black box, they'll know like the last thing said in the cockpit, mechanical
True.
readout of what might have gone wrong. You know, valuable information that the police might want
True.
about what happened here. But
Well, they
then-
haven't said.
But Shane just walks in nonchalantly. Oh, I found this with Victor's wreckage.
Yeah, and just gave it to his untrustworthy daughter.
This was floating on top.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb,
I
wasn't
meant
it?
to
I
give
mean,
this to Brady.
Well,
I'll take
doesn't
it.
he know his daughter's shady, right?
Yeah, he knows she's shady.
Listen,
Yeah.
they only had him for one day, okay? They didn't have time to
Yeah.
have some sort of big convincing conversation. It was just, oh, I'll do it. All right, I'll trust you this time. What's the worst that's going to happen? At least I get to do the voice
Well, I
again.
was so hoping, Matt, that he was going to stay on fixture for a little bit because I love it when you're able to do his accent. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, we could just
I
stretch
think
that
we'll
out.
see him pop back up.
I'm with it.
That's good.
I'm with it. I mean, it's good. That's nice about Days because Days does that while other shows don't, and people whine about it. Where, well, it would make sense for Shane to come here, or we can take this opportunity to have a Shane and Theresa scene. There's no reason, but here's an opportunity to do it. And I know that people who are big fans of Shane, because he was on Mainstay for a long time, way back when. Super couple with some lady, I don't remember who it is.
Kayla
well, there
or
you
Kimberly.
go.
I'm sorry,
Well, okay, someone.
Kayla's sister, Kimberly.
Is it the same actress?
No.
Okay.
So 6 months ago, when they did this, he was actually still on GH.
That's what you get to do when you're not contracted.
Under contract. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I'm never going to forget that
Like
Wally
Mr.
Kirk
Wally
quote.
does.
Never, ever, ever, ever. Because I read it years and years ago now, like when we first started doing the podcast. He said in some interview, they were like, so how did you manage it? How did you manage it? You know, and he's like, well, I was very lucky for two. Well, I was lucky for one. And the second, and this is not a direct quote, leave me alone. The first thing was I'm lucky to play members of legacy families on both of these shows, like important members of legacy families. And secondly, I have always opted to not have a contract.
Yeah.
And because I'm lucky, I've been able to just have a great career on two shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
good.
So it's just good
Awesome
for
for
him.
him.
Just good for him.
Yeah, it is.
But his first thing was because I'm lucky was the first thing that he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
good for
Matt,
him.
who's your favorite family so far since we've been watching? Which family do you enjoy the most?
The
I think
Hernandez
I know.
family.
Oh,
Huh?
I'm kidding. I don't even know who's in it
I
besides
was like,
Rafe.
you are such. I was like, that was not even on my list of possibilities.
I don't even know who's in that family other than Rafe. It's fine.
Gabby.
Oh, okay. Well, she's
Gabby's
a Demara
Rafe's
now,
sister.
so it doesn't matter. That's an interesting question because it's tough. I'm still trying to figure out who's in what family. Okay, I'm
Well, I am too,
lagging
to a
behind
certain
on that.
degree.
You know, I think that each family is distinct from the other ones.
Yes, they are.
I find Brady to kind of be the most vanilla character so far on the show. So far.
Mhm.
I mean, he
Yeah,
pulled
see,
the
I
gun
think
once.
Connie is more. Brady has done more than that. You just don't know his backstory.
Well, yeah, exactly. Johnny's barely been on in the time that we've been watching Days. Barely.
Yeah.
I find, I don't know, so the infighting of the Demiras is interesting to a degree. I look forward to the time in which they have to unify against a common threat. Clearly that's what would happen. Gosh, that's such an interesting loaded question because I find
We'll
myself
stab each other in the back until someone else is trying to do it, and then we'll.
and then we'll prevent them from doing so, but then we're going to take
Well,
their plan but continue it.
Your two favorite characters are both have the same last name, though.
Are you talking about? Are you what? What are you talking about? I have two favorite
John and Rachel
John and Rachel. That's true. That is true.
are both blacks.
They are both blacks.
Hmm.
I guess. I don't know, man. You know.
For right now, I really like the Kiriakis family.
Yeah.
I do. They're a lot of fun. They're wacko as can be. They're a lot of fun. I love watching them. And I really like Maggie, actually. I really do.
Okay.
I really like Maggie. Of course, I don't know any of the devilish things she's done in the past. When she was younger on the show, I'm sure she wasn't good for 50 years. I'm sure of that.
Maggie's been a good
liable.
girl for a long time, but yeah.
She's been a good girl for a long time.
Yeah, she has, little things here and there,
She's
but
the Bobby.
Yeah. Well, not without being
Well, I mean,
a former prostitute, yes.
But yeah, I mean, maybe she was up to some
Yes.
questionable stuff in her 20s, but by the time she hit her stride in her 40s, she was staunchly on the side of making the right choices every time.
Yes.
But I really, and I really liked her in the hospital on Friday. She's a truth teller, and boy, she don't mince no words. But at the same time, she's not mean about it. But she made her point very well.
She did. My thing is that with Maggie, I don't understand why she is so forgiving of everything horrendous that Xander has done. Like really, truly bad, evil things.
Mm-hmm.
And including, bad things to her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But she can't get past Rex cheating on Sarah. I'm just like,
yeah.
Her soft spot for Xander baffles me as far as her daughter goes.
I just lost my husband and you would ask me to do such a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think, it's days does move fast. Xander will find out about that baby in no time.
He's finding out this week.
I guess it is the black
Because
family.
Lily found out on Friday.
I do like them so much.
Yes, she overheard.
What, Matt?
It is the black family. I do like them so much.
He's still on the question from like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's they're just so entertaining. I'll consider Marlena a part of the black family.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It really is. And then Patch, he's not a black, but he's close enough.
Nobody's a black, evidently, though.
What?
None of them are blacks, really.
Yeah, I guess they're Robichaux.
They're Robichaux.
I mean, Black was the adopted name, right? That's something he chose.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, I'm John Black, don't call me John Doe. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Roman. Let's just get rid of all the young people. Let's just, we need the legends. The legends of this show need to be center focus, okay?
Well, they are.
I know.
A lot.
I know they are. I know.
They are.
He's channeling Angry Days Twitter again.
All of this wasted time on these new characters that aren't even interesting.
Then Jason and Carly back to Port Charles.
I mean,
well,
Jason
you're
will be
going
back
to
in
get
Port
half
Charles
your
eventually.
wish, it looks like.
It ain't going to be Tamara Braun he's hanging out with, though. He's going to be hanging out with some Laura Wright.
Yes.
Picking up where they left off. He's going to come back and be like...
Her lips to
like,
Cortez typewriter.
What about Sam? And he's going to be like, who? What's her name? I don't remember anybody named Sam.
You mean Dante's girlfriend?
Dante's a good man. He can have her. It's fine. He's going to make a great husband. He's such a good man. I heard my brother say something similar about him. Come on, take the GH jokes. Remember, Drew was like, it's okay, Dante. Dante's a good man. He'll be able to raise Scout for 3 years. It's all right. Just like, she won't even know I'm not even there. It's like Dante's me.
Oh,
Okay. So we can continue to talk about them gays. Okay.
Them gays, okay.
So do you think so Dimitri's gonna try to like poison Stefan, right?
poison him? I'm not sure how he's planning on killing Stefan. He wants to do it. I'm just not sure what his
They
plan
all live
is.
in the same house. Just drop a little dab of something in their dang water. Like it should be easy.
Yeah,
It
but
should
then
be.
somebody else would drink it, and then you're, accidentally killing
That's for the police to worry
Henderson
about.
or Harold, whoever it is. Harold, I think, is there.
Is that the butler?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Do they ever show him?
Of course not. It's his
I
days.
don't think so.
They don't have the budget for that. What they do is they get a cardboard cutout of one of the actors and they shine some light on it, and that's going to create a shadow in the back. And the shadow on that back wall.
Well, it's always one of
Henderson.
them answering the door, so.
It is. That's
what happened in
yeah,
the Quartermain house too. They used to have somebody. They used to have a whole character to do that.
sure did. And
Reginald.
you remember Nicholas used to have Alfred
Oh, goodness. Of course he did.
for years.
Well, yeah, that's when Batman fans took over the show. That's when they introduced the butler Alfred, and the mental institution Darkham. It's just Batman references.
Yep. Yep. That's funny.
So okay, so not poison, because then somebody else can drink that. I mean, let's help Dimitri brainstorm here. Let's see.
You
Guns are
could
always a
stab him in
good.
the back.
You know, you can literally just stab him in the back when he's sleeping. You know, they can.
Yeah.
Abby can just walk upstairs one day and find Stefan face down in the bed, the knife in his back. Let's see here.
I do enjoy Stefan and Gabby together though, because man, they both are schemers and they scheme together arm in arm,
That's why they
Yeah.
got married, huh?
They are schemers, the two of them.
But
Actually,
Rafe is
she's
the
a little
police
worse than
chief.
him. She's a little worse than him, actually.
Mhm.
Gabby's
how
real
could
schemer.
Gabby and Rafe be so different from each other?
Exactly. How can they?
Were they not raised in the same house with the same loving parents?
They were raised together, but I mean, look at Eric. Think about Eric and Sammy.
But I'm
They're
exactly like my
twins,
siblings.
for the love of God.
Yeah.
And he was
This
a
is-
she's she's
This
horrid.
this is too unrealistic for me.
Siblings not being alike.
Yeah, because me and my brother and my sister, we are carbon copies of one another. Let me tell you, we are
Yeah.
exactly the same. Our interests are the same. Our skill levels are the same. Our passions are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Well, my brother and my sister are very similar. That's why they don't get along. I'm the outlier. I'm
Gosh.
kidding.
That
Of
why
course
you're
they
the
get
favorite,
along. We're
Matt?
all in our 30s. My brother's almost 40. We're past
Your brother is
not
40,
getting
babe.
along.
He's going to be
I'm
41 in
trying to
November.
youngin him up, Ma. I'm trying to make you feel
Okay.
better. Okay?
Gonna say, you've done forgot.
It's gracious. Yeah, I guess he is, huh? It's 2023. Happy birthday, brother.
He's born in 82, so there you go.
My goodness. My God. I've run out of notes already, so I'm really relying on you guys to remember other stuff that happened on the show.
Well, we had Johnny and Chanel's reunion.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that except for 91% of our audience.
Yeah, they're fine.
That was another great joke. 91% of people who voted care. Of course we should talk about it. And Jacarius thinks that Robert Scott Wilson is hot and can't deny that's the truth.
Robert Scott Wilson is a very fine piece of man eye candy.
That's Alex.
Alex,
yeah. Matt and I were talking about him earlier, that he, even though he's so thick, he doesn't have that bulky, weird neck or like real, squared off jaw, where you see a lot of folks that are into fitness get that look. He doesn't have it.
So we were talking about we were talking last week about how, because of the fact that his face and neck has stayed such a thing, it has shown that he has just been a very fit, active, and smart eater his entire professional career, because he's pretty much looked like that forever. Where you compare him to other daytime actors that may have similar looks, especially grown recently, and there's been large changes to their face and neck, which lends to suggestions, not proof every time, but suggestions of assistance in unnatural means.
Supplements?
Yes.
The supplements that are not at GNC.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
Supplements that can help you with pneumonia.
yeah, you know, those things, those sorts of things. You know, some prednisone variety
Yes.
of sorts. So when you see that, it does kind of stand out a little bit, because getting to that fitness level naturally isn't something that people achieve usually. So
Yeah.
it
He
stands
looks
out.
like he has like 0 body fat.
I mean, maybe
Or
in the
like-
winter he might have some, but
Really, really low body fat.
yeah. I mean, good for him. I don't.
Interesting side note, he is from my neck of the woods.
Out there in the Massachusetts,
He's a Boston boy.
he's a Boston boy. That makes sense. That makes sense. He should put out like a Patreon or something, a fitness Patreon. I'm sure people would. I don't know.
Block to it, probably.
I don't know. Well, he and Steve Burton maybe should have gone into business together.
I'm not sure that their philosophies would be the same.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
Well, Steve Burton's philosophies on life a little bit would be similar to Jen Lilly's.
Maybe nowadays.
Maybe he's going to jump over there with Candace too.
Has Steve Burton recently found the Lord?
Steve Burton's always been very religious. Not always, but he's been very religious for
a few
over 20
seems
years.
like since
Over 20 years since he got with the.
You know, I'm
woman
totally
who's now
for
his
this.
ex-wife.
I'm for anything in these people's lives that bring them peace, that bring them joy, that brings them direction, that brings them anything.
His tattoo seems to be a story of his own salvation.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
See,
he
okay.
has,
is that something
sleeve.
maybe we can do for TV Entertainment News? Can we get him to share pictures of the tattoos and tell the story? That would
Maybe.
be interesting.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Definitely something to look into.
Yeah, I think that'd be an interesting thing to cover. I'm all for it. I'm all for personal growth when it comes to people that you've been watching and hearing about behind the scenes as well for a long time. I have a lot of respect, honestly, for Steve Burton with how he handled his exit from General Hospital and the whole COVID-19 situation. It seemed to be as peaceful as it possibly could be.
Absolutely.
I feel very bad for him, how different his life is now compared to what it was before. But, you know, from choices that weren't his. But I hope that he's better off and happier for it, you know?
He seems at peace with things.
Yeah. So I'm happy to see that, and I also have to give a little bit of credit to Maurice Bernard as well, because at least publicly, he on a regular basis says, as the most sensitive person you will ever meet, as someone who has done horrible things before, as a person who recognizes how I can be, as someone who's worked so hard over the last couple of years to get over my greatest demons, even if he doesn't really believe it, the fact that he says all this stuff publicly, I'm going to give him a high five for that too. You know? I don't know. Just emotional talking here, you guys. I got to fill this podcast with something.
Actually, there was something else I wanted to talk about.
Let's do it.
Back to Ava and Harris for just a moment in London.
No. It's bookending. Let's do it.
I don't know if y'all noticed or not. Steve Burton was walking around in his underwear.
Yes.
He sure was.
Steve Burton doesn't walk around in his underwear.
Yeah, he was walking around in his underwear. He was.
He is, I mean, getting that man to take off a shirt on General Hospital was a epic event.
Modesty.
Yes. And then that man walking around in his underwear.
That's the power of Albert Dollar.
We were calling it Steve Naked. All one word.
Wow.
He was Steve Naked.
Oh.
What's the closest you're going to get to it, huh?
Really, it really is. He is not a naked person.
So how they do it?
You're right, though. You know, he's always been so fit. And General Hospital didn't have him shirtless very often. I didn't think about it.
It wasn't a big thing. He doesn't like it.
He doesn't care for it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary. But also totally necessary.
It is necessary. One of my favorite things about Days of Our Lives is how they objectify their men.
They do objectify their men a lot. And
Yeah.
everybody's smooching all the time.
Everybody's smooching all
It's
the time. They
soap opera.
objectify
I'm
the
okay
men.
with that.
You know, I also appreciate the fact too that they also, in this objectification, they also do offer a variety of forms for people to enjoy as well. Not everybody looks like Alex. Lee had his shirt off a month ago or whatever, and he's nowhere near has the same rig that Alex has put together. You know.
Yes.
Whatever. Hey, Kelly. Kelly's here.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, they have a lot of. It's the pacing of Days of Our Lives is so quick that it's actually, to me, it accentuates how slow General Hospital is to me now.
Yeah.
And it's becoming a little more irritating to me because now I'm comparing the two shows a little bit.
Just get on with it.
Exactly. Because Days is like, you find out something, well, boy, it's going to be no time at all, and someone else is going to find out.
Right.
You know what we didn't talk about with Angela yet? Because she wasn't able to be with us. We didn't talk about Dick Van Dyke with her very much.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
What did you think? Did you love it?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was a retcon that needed to happen for John, as far as who his father was, and I was okay with it. I like that they set up for him to do later visits.
Yes.
I thought he was great. I love how he just really threw himself into it and really played it for all it was worth. Loved it.
What I loved about it, one of the things I loved about it is how old he played. He actually had to try to act older.
Yes,
and
more
he's
feeble.
Already ancient.
Yeah.
Yep. And having to lean, being so with it that he had to lean in to that.
Yeah.
God bless him. That's wonderful.
Yep.
And absolutely. I love the scenes with Julie and Doug. I love their little dance.
Yep.
I liked all of it, even meeting his grandchildren. I loved it.
I loved it all. I think Days capitalized on that perfectly. Absolutely. They hit every note. I think that the affection that him and Drake actually have for each other and their friendship was very evident on screen.
It shined through big time, didn't it?
The family stuff. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him much more, are we? Not for a little bit.
I think this run is done, but I think he'll pop up. Family things, holidays. I think there's a chance we see him again.
Christmas time, Dick. Can you imagine him
he needs to
dressed
be
up
there
like
for
Santa?
Christmas time, Dick.
Can you imagine just him sitting there, just a little hat on?
Everybody loves some Christmas time Dick.
He's already got the beard, He can just be sitting in there in a chair. You put the little Santa hat on. Some kids will come by.
Well, I know, but Patch is Santa for Days.
Oh, is he?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everybody can be Santa's helper. There's not just one,
I enjoyed all of it. I did.
Yeah.
It's like when the kids ask, how come Santa looks different in all the malls? They're Santa's helpers, They tell Santa what it is that you want. It's like writing a letter. So Patch and Timothy, they can share the Santa duties.
Yes.
Come on, Angela. You gotta open your heart to these old people. They don't have that many Christmases left, okay?
All right. Now we're going to have people saying that I hate old people. Thanks, Matt.
Well, you do, clearly.
I don't. It's just what I need.
Oh, goodness gracious. I can't believe you would say something so controversial on this podcast.
I hold back quite a lot of controversial things to say on this podcast, believe me.
Well, we'll have to invite you to a late night tonight where it's so late that we don't care and you can just let it all out.
Let it all out?
It's still YouTube, though. We might get,
Well, I'll just, I'll find a censor button, that way. Beep, 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 beep.
I was going to say, that'll be the whole podcast. It'll sound like Morse code.
Oh, goodness. Well, thanks, Jacarius. Jacarius says he enjoys watching us all every Sunday, and we enjoy having him here with us every Sunday.
Yes, we do, Jacarius. Thanks.
We leaned into Jacarius a lot when you were gone because he knows a lot of
He's the
history.
TA.
He's the
He
TA.
was
Thank you,
TA.
Zacchaeus.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
very sick.
Big
Thank
help.
you for picking up the mantle for me.
He didn't grade any of the homework though. You got stacks and stacks to get
All
through.
right.
Kelly says that I need a timeout. Kelly will always be there to help my mom parent me. Anyway, 92% of the people who participated in this week's poll was more thrilled to see Johnny and Chanel together rather than Alex and Theresa. Super cunny, oh my god, super couple, Johnny and Chanel. Back together, it seems. Doesn't take
The
much
long-awaited
for
reunion.
those two crazy kids to get back together.
Oh, they like each other a lot so far. I'm not interested in Alex and Theresa, not really. I mean, I like her just because I want to see what kind of devilish thing she's going to do.
Yeah.
She's entertaining as all get out, because who knows what kind of crazy thing she's going to pull out of her hat.
Without a doubt.
Maybe, is it one of those like a nod and a wink type of things where Jen is like, I just wish Theresa was up to other things. It just doesn't really touch my sensibilities. It's just not that fun doing these things that are just outside of my normal character. Is it like that maybe?
I wonder how long. Is Alex going to dump her quick though? Is she going to dump him? What's going to happen? I don't see any longevity, the two of them.
Teresa's going to find herself.
Well,
with a new
I don't think
face.
she's staying long term. So
yeah. She's going to find herself with a new face, and she'll be just desperately attracted to Dimitri and won't be able to figure out why.
Well, Alex and Gwen had a thing for a while, and they have chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then maybe that's why they picked that actor, because I, for the life of me, cannot figure out why in the hell they picked Gwen to take over Theresa, other than just being like, it's days, and like they did a line of coke and threw something against the wall. Like I don't quite understand.
Well, they didn't have to search for nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, is it that hard? I mean, and if that's the case, why are you even bothering with the character? But these are questions I won't be able to have answered unless I ask somebody who works there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Kelly's back. Starting next week, we're going to see more of her. Can't wait.
Oh, that's exciting, Kelly.
Yeah. Anyway, Jacarius, of course, hosts the soap after show. He puts up little short recaps on a regular basis on his YouTube channel, and he really wants everybody to know Carson Boatman is absolutely one of his favorites. He actually runs a Carson Boatman Johnny Demira Stan account on Twitter as well. So give Jacarius a follow on all of those outlets.
Sorry, did you get to go see them, the day players? Did you get to go see them?
The day players have not been in his neck of the woods just yet.
Oh, okay.
Just yet. But he did get to do a couple of Zooms with Carson Boatman and sent Boatman a painting that he did of Carson that is hanging in Carson's dressing room now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The day players are doing a show in LA the day after Day of Days.
Ooh. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Very
At the
cool.
Whiskey, I think.
Was that a bar?
Yeah. A little club. Yeah.
We'll have to keep our eyeballs open for anything that they're doing over in the East South.
Yeah.
Mm.
David, we think you're great.
There we go. Jacarius is actually going to go see them in November in Nashville.
Very nice.
I'm glad that you're able to arrange that,
that's only 2
Jacarius. You're going to have
months
such a
away.
great time.
That's good. I can't wait to
He's
hear
gonna have a
that.
great time. Remember, Jacarius, when we did the convention the first time, he was like, I would love to go and do something like that. I've never been to an event. I want to go see these people in real life. And look at that. Congratulations, Jacarius.
So
I'm really happy you're able to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm excited for you too, especially since you're such a fan of Carson.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
I think that lots of love for Jacarius. I think that's a good topic to end things off of, right? We don't need to get sucked into the drama of Salem again. The real world is good to celebrate.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's it, folks.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
There's no
is
bell, so
there stuff you want to talk about still? It's okay.
no, not
We've covered everything for this week.
Yeah, we covered everything this week. Plus, I need to rest my voice because we get the big GH chat coming here in 45 minutes.
Yep.
So, we're gonna do that. There's no bell. Get out. Class is over. Class dismissed. End of the lesson. I expect everybody to write a 5-page essay on why you like Johnny and Chanel so much. Everybody, not just Jakar.
You are
everybody.
not the professor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there homework you want to assign?
Feel free to ignore that homework, everybody, and just have a fun week.
I like that idea.
She's one of those fun teachers. How lame. All right.
I'm going to take her course next semester because she's easy.
Just gonna show up and get my gentleman's C. All right, folks. I'm out of here. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
There we go.
And Angela.
We'll get
See you guys next week.
Next week on Days for Dummies, and also if you want to hang out with us on General Hospital 10th floor, you can. And then Twitter GH 10th floor GH, the 10th floor GH at gmail.com, buymeacoffee.com/10th floor. Donate to the super chat. 15% of it gets donated at attendantworks.org, so people can come to classes like this. And that's it. Goodbye.